That's a sound drivers never like to hear. Rather, it's hail hitting the windshield of one of our news cars. We've got rain, lightning, pretty strong winds as well. Thanks for being here. I'm Derek McGinty.
And I'm Deborah Alfarone. There are severe thunderstorm watches and warnings throughout the metro area. Chief Meteorologist Top Burchett tracking the storm. So where are they right now, Top?
Just about where aren't they? I mean, they're everywhere. Look at these severe thunderstorm warnings across much of the metro area of D.C., stretching back to Manassas and Culpeper. The duller yellow is a severe thunderstorm watch. That goes until 11 o'clock. But this is a huge area. This bright yellow is now a severe thunderstorm warning. Notice when we clicked, you folks now out in Jefferson County, around Berkeley Springs and points north and west, Martinsburg, and now in Frederick County, you're no longer under the severe thunderstorm watch. So the watch goes until 11 o'clock, but because it covers such a large area south and east, that's why it had to go to 11 o'clock. We feel that the threat will be over by about 9 o'clock in the immediate metro area. This just in too, wind gust at National, 48 miles per hour, and that was just in the last 20 minutes or so. Okay, let's look at the radar. Tremendous line of showers and storms pushing through. A lot of lightning, some hail, and damaging winds. Again, if you're in Frederick County, you're all right. If you're in Leesburg, you're in pretty good shape now. Southern Loudoun County, the storms have yet to clear, but around Leesburg and Upperville, you're okay. Big storms in Aldie, going out Route 50, not a lot of fun right now. Tremendous rains in Rockville, still going up to 70. Once you get to Germantown, it becomes just light to occasionally moderate rain. And we'll zoom back out. Now, this is still tremendous storms. Now we have this extended, which I figured they would extend it. Arlington and the district, and also Montgomery and Prince George's County till 7:15. They'll probably have, I didn't make it till 7:30. They'll probably have to extend it again. And we have this severe thunderstorm warning also for Culpeper and Fauquier until 7:30. We'll zoom back out and just give you an idea. Those are the areas that are under the warning right now. That's not a watch. Those are warnings covering a huge swath of the metro area. Winds. Now, this may be contaminated, but we got a wind shear of 84 miles per hour just to the south of Sterling and Chantilly. Yes, it's close to the radar site, which we're not taking it completely seriously, but I tell you what, you could still have a wind of 60 miles per hour with that storm. Rainfall up to 3.5 inches on the west side of 270 north of Germantown and around Poolsville. We will come back. We will dissect the strongest storms for you. Howard will join me. Again, severe thunderstorm watch to 11. But I think most of the activity in terms of our severe threat will be out of here by about 9 o'clock.
Well, thank you, Top. But we're already getting reports of some damage in the area of those storms you're talking about.
Our Scott Broom is in Germantown, where we've heard that there's a tree on a house. What's going on, Scott?
I'm talking to you on the dashboard camera of my mobile newsroom. Pulled it right up to this little Mercedes M350. And you can see this looks like a big old maple tree, just splintered. It's down on this car. This is the 19,700 block of Crystal Rock Drive in Germantown. Behind me here is an apartment complex. Right behind me, a couple of the apartments have had a lot of these limbs down on their sliding glass door windows, etc. Thankfully, no one was hurt because people were home when this came down. It scared a lot of folks. The lady I just spoke with said she thought it might have been a lightning strike that brought this tree down. There was certainly some very strong winds here and a lot of heavy rain. This is typical of a lot of the damage we're seeing around the Germantown area right now. As I was coming up here, there was a tree down across exit 15A coming off of 270. So the storms raked through here very quickly with some very strong winds, and this is the kind of damage it produced. Lots of emergency response around here. Thankfully, as far as we know, there have been no injuries and no serious damage, but of course the person who owns his car is classifying that as serious damage for sure. Reporting live from the dashboard camera of my mobile newsroom in Germantown, Scott Broom, WUSA9.
Hey, Scott, it looks like it's not raining that much anymore over there.
No, it's lightened up. The storm came through a good half hour ago. I'm watching Topper's radar as well, worried about storms farther out that may rake through a second time. But for now, it's a lull, and the temperature's dropped 73 degrees right now outside here.
Wow.
All right, Scott. Howard tells us you are right near where that 60-some-odd mile-an-hour wind gust happened, so that could have had something to do with that tree as well.
Be careful out there. The weather's starting to settle down now in Leesburg.
And our Garrett Hake is out there. He joins us live on the phone because it's too dangerous to use our live truck. It has a mast, and there's lots of lightning. So, Garrett, what are you seeing?
Derek, the rain has tapered off significantly out here, but we are still seeing flashes of lightning. I'm sitting on Market Street, just south and east of downtown Leesburg. For about half an hour, I would say from 6 to 6:30 this evening, just abysmal driving conditions right in the heart of rush hour. Strong gusting winds, heavy rain, lots of flashes of lightning. Some folks just pulled over so they didn't have to try to travel through it. We ultimately pulled over too when we started to hailstones bouncing off of our news vehicle. We pulled over and found some stones as large as nickel-sized hail on the ground here. That lasted, the hail event, only a few minutes. But as it passed through now, we're seeing not much visible damage here, some smaller branches down in the general area. But it does appear that the worst has passed in Leesburg, where they are seeing damp conditions now on the roads. And just like Scott said in Montgomery County, much cooler on the backside of this storm. Now reporting live in Leesburg, Garrett Haig, WUSA9.
All right, thank you, Garrett. And we should note that we just got word that Amtrak's D.C. to Philly train has been temporarily suspended because the weather is so rough out there. So these storms taking a toll on a lot of parts of our town. Absolutely.
Let's take a live look right now in D.C. We're going to take a look at some of our cameras that we have out there because the storms are really moving over us. Let's take a look. Look at that. That is, you can hardly see because of the fact that there's so much rain hitting that camera, but it's an ominous looking sky for sure.
Looks like we can see the Washington Monument off in the distance there. And as you can see, the traffic is moving out there, but it's not moving fast. Hopefully people are taking their time getting their way home tonight. A quick look at our White House as well. Things looking quiet there, but wet. And this is Scott's mobile newsroom.
Yeah, and those people that live right there, feel bad for them because, again, a tree right over the cars, right over the house over there, not a good situation. If you're out there, please be careful.
And hopefully just don't go out if you don't have to.
Exactly.
Speaking of rain, Rockville getting slammed by the storms tonight.
Absolutely, and our Stephanie Ramirez is there. The weather has really done a 180 because earlier we saw her on the 5 o'clock news and it looked fine out there.
It was sunny.
Last time you guys saw me, we had the sun beating down on us. Now the storm is here. This is Rockville, Maryland Avenue. You can see heavy rains coming in. We're also seeing lightning and thunder. We had to take down the mast on our live truck because it's unsafe to have that up with lightning here. But you can also see behind me, barrels are moving around here. The construction cones blowing around somewhat. You want to put your things, your items away, umbrellas, chairs. This storm is moving fast, and it wasn't even a half an hour after you guys saw us on TV that these clouds started rolling in, so you want to make sure you're prepared for this rain in Rockville. Stephanie Ramirez, WUSA9 News.
We have crews all around right now, and they're hopefully staying safe out there. It is not easy. We're going to get back to that in a little bit. But it was a sticky wait for riders trying to catch the train home from 2 different metro stations today.
Yeah, just before the evening rush, the cooling system for DuPont and Farragut North stations stopped working. It was all because of a leak, and our Ellison Barber was there.
It's one of the hottest days of the year in D.C. so far, and here at this metro station, it feels pretty hot inside as well. Fans, towels, and the hot breeze of passing trains was the only thing riders had to keep themselves cool while they waited on this platform of the DuPont Metro.
It's pretty bad. It feels like a sauna, definitely at least 100, I would say.
This station and Farragut North didn't have the cooler air riders expect.
There's usually cool air coming from the sides, and I haven't really noticed that so much today.
The Metro doesn't have AC, but they have a chiller system that pumps cool air into the stations. The system that sends the air to DuPont and Farragut North was at least temporarily broken. WMATA officials tell us these 2 stations use the same off-site chiller system, and there was a leak in the chiller line. WMATA says contractors are trying to find it, and once they do, they'll fix it. But that leak, wherever it is why so many people were wiping sweat from the back of their necks. If the heat wasn't enough to annoy riders, the people at DuPont also had to deal with an elevator outage.
I'm not surprised. There's nothing that surprises me here if something's broken.
Right now, WMATA says they can't tell us when this problem will be fixed. They have a team looking for the leak right now, but until they find it, they don't have a timetable for when it'll get cooler in the DuPont or Farragut Metro Station. Reporting from the DuPont Metro Station, I'm Ellison Barber, WUSA9.
Oh, what a bad day for the chiller system to break down. By the way, that system normally keeps the station about 20 degrees cooler than whatever the temperature is outside. And we are keeping a close eye on that severe storm moving through our area right now. Topper tracking what those storms are dropping and where they're headed. He'll have an updated forecast in just minutes. You're watching WUSA9, and this is your only local news at 7.
We are taking a live look outside by Reagan National Airport. You can hardly see anything out there. Tracking severe weather. I do want to update you on a couple of things, some outages right now. BGE is reporting that Baltimore County, there's about 9,000 people without power, and in Howard County, almost 7,000.
And in the Pepco area, they're reporting up to 12,628 outages right now. So they've had a few outages out there. Always some damage from these high winds and perhaps the hail. We'll keep you updated as to whether the power outage situation gets worse and when it begins to improve. But if your power is out, you already know, of course.
Yeah, you're not listening to us
You're
at
not
all.
watching us.
No.
All right, folks, we move on to some new frightening details about that tragedy on the Metro back in January where smoke filled the L'Enfant station and killed one passenger, sent dozens of others to area hospitals.
Today, the National Transportation Safety Board launched a 2-day investigative hearing, and our Andrea McCarran was there.
The NTSB released surveillance video of the minutes before and after the chaotic scene, along with a transcript of its interview with the train operator.
Smoke was first seen coming from the tunnel at 3:09.
The surveillance video is chilling. Shown here 10 times the speed of real time, it reveals smoke gradually filling the L'Enfant Plaza metro station.
Heavy smoke can be seen coming from the southbound tunnel.
The NTSB also released the transcript of its interview with the operator of the train in the smoke-filled tunnel.
Please remain calm. We move back to the platform as soon as they clear the train.
According to the transcript, he begged Central controllers for permission to back out and get back to the platform, saying people on the train can't breathe, they're coughing, they're vomiting. He told investigators he was repeatedly urged to stand by.
Maybe once a week or once every other week I might drive just because I think that might be the day there's going to be an incident.
Rail passengers expressed strong feelings about riding Metro.
I don't think it's safe. I'm a driver. I believe if anything happens, I need to be as much in control as possible.
I don't ride it every day, so I only ride it sporadically, but I feel safe on it.
Today's testimony focused on problems with communications, ventilation, and water leakage, which can cause dangerous arcing. The hearing continues tomorrow. At L'Enfant Plaza, Andrea McCarran, WUSA9.
The NTSB has released a detailed timeline and animation of the January incident. You can watch the entire clip on our WUSA9 app.
All right, we have a flash flood warning in effect for essentially the district, Montgomery County, Howard County, northern Prince George's County, and much of Anne Arundel County until 11 o'clock. That means flooding is occurring. That means do not attempt to cross a flooded street by car or by foot. We will come back. I'll be joined by Howard. We'll track these severe storms. We're also going to stay with you on WUSA9.com after 7:30. See you in a minute.
This is a yellow alert day. Now, here's WUSA9's first alert weather. DC's most accurate.
Okay, we have a lot of new severe thunderstorm warnings. We're going to cover this after the 7 o'clock newscast on WUSA9.com. This is next 7 days. Unsettled over the weekend. That will keep temperatures down. That's a good side, 80, but will be kind of wet both days. 82 on Monday, nice. 87 on Tuesday, a little warmer, but still not humid.
All right, thank you a lot. Thanks so much, Top. As you know, we just told you that the Nats Park is right in the center of the storms here in Washington, D.C., over in Southeast. Dave Owens is out there as well. Let's hope he's staying dry, but he did tweet us this video. You can see there's lots of wet stuff out there. Therefore, the game has been delayed. Nats will play the Braves maybe later.
And maybe Dave will have that for us later, but hopefully he is staying dry. Let's take another live look over D.C. Now, we've got a whole, but wow, that doesn't look very good.
No.
No, not going very quickly at all. We've got a bunch of outages we want to tell you about. Right now, 2,600 in Northern Virginia. That number keeps going up. Also, let's take another look here. Where are we going to take a look at next?
Pepco has 12,000 outages as well. Most of them in Montgomery County, very few in Prince George's or D.C.
BGE has a bunch, 9,000 in Baltimore City, and Howard County, almost 7,000.
We'll be back in just a minute. Boy, it's still coming down in Rockville.
Yeah, we've got rainfall rates 2, 3, 4, 5 inches per hour. Now, I do want to show you the flood warnings. This is a flash flood warning in effect for the entire county of Montgomery,
Wow.
most of the district, also the northern half of Prince George's and Anne Arundel, and most of Howard County under a flash flood warning at this time. So,
how much longer is it going, Top?
You know, if you're in Leesburg now, you're fine. If you're in Frederick, you're fine. If you're in Gaithersburg, the heaviest rain is over. So mainly it's going to be now south and east of 95, and we're going to continue on WUSA9.com, and we're going to follow the storms as they go through southern Maryland.
People should have that app too.
Yeah, app's good.
The weather app's important. That's all for our news at 7. We're going to be back at 11.
Have a great night. Everybody stay safe. Bye-bye.